Well, good afternoon. It's VindaCator here from iPlayMore.com. Quick reminder, go to YouTube and subscribe and follow me on Twitch. Make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for our video game test of Thunder. Getting closer to that multiplayer test. So I'm the game designer and producer for Thunder Throne Wars. Takes place right here. Milky Way Galaxy. And all you humanoids that live on the little planet Earth here, if you fall down the Carina arm, you find the Stellar Jewel Box Nebula NGC 3603. NASA took a screenshot, looked like this. So we put our little planet Nebulous Prime there. As we zoom in on it, you can see some of the land masses here. So this is just a concept of what we're going to build. And some of my old level layouts, and some of the old level layouts from our original map team. Really wanted to honor those guys, kept the names the same, everything like that. We are where we are because of all the wonderful work those guys did many years ago. And they were trying to pull things off like we're doing right now on very old technology, so a big hurrah for that. And so we've got a over game, so a meta game over our game, so that when you're winning and losing arenas, as you can see here, the kin have 14, the brute have 16, so they own that territory. The kin would have to literally win that twice just to make it neutral. This is what neutral looks like. No territory claim there. That's what we're going to be looking at today. So this was done by a professional map maker. And you can see that the kin is here and the brood is way over here. And this is what we've got done in Unreal. But it turned out to be so big we ended up moving the brood here. We're probably going to end up redoing a lot of this. And just a little message for David right there. There's the fire. Actually, I have the camera over there today. That's where we're going to start. And so this is kind of a more of a close-up look at where the territory is. I'll be playing around here today a bit. Henrique did up our devices. These are some Unreal screenshots. And what I love about this is just it's putting everything together. So this is our red. So the energy, the two devices in the shield. The blue, the energy, the two devices in the shield. And then we've got a dark. So that's the dark side of the shield, the energy in the device. And then that works with this. So this, if you notice, that's the flipped, the shield's flipped. And so this is the shelllet energy, the device, and the shield. So those two, this and this work together. And then there's the rare. So this is your core shield. It's rare, so it's not, there's a chance of you having a lot of it. It's pretty rare. You can hang out on thrones and shrines and build it up. You can go collect it in secret locations. And these devices actually damage that shield directly first. So it's a bit of a surprise. Kind of cool Game Boy. Oh, and the rare energy too. So a little bit of that around. That can be used on all your other devices as well. So there's our spider. We still got to get that animated and into the pit. There's our Komodo. So we're actually that's being rigged. There's a couple of people doing some tests for us. They're doing some test rigs on that. And then we'll be animating that up. And that's going to be part of our vertical slice. And then the bats as well. We're going to rig that. Now let's talk about the laggers. So here is the princess. And the prince. Russell did all this stuff up. And the king. And new this week is the guard. And then Henrique did these up, and then Russell did the renders. So that is I believe that's the guard's axe. I could be wrong, it's the king's axe, but it's an axe. And this is the prince's sword. So big shout out for the concepts from I'm trying to remember how to say his name. Lou. Anyways, okay, I'm just not gonna even try. Yeah, okay. Not even prepared for that. And for the brood, so this is Uriel. And for the kin, Zach. Took a whole bunch of stuff out of here because it's just getting to be too much. Oh, this is what I did. So this is just a mock-up. So this is from the original game, I had a design for the scoreboard, and I put everything but the kitchen sink in there. Maybe the kitchen sink is in there somewhere. Anyways, I'll just describe this a little bit. So basically, the leaders on both sides of the team. So you're going to see the team scores up top, and the two players, they get a big chunk of the menu, and then their scores are up on top, and then everybody else falls in behind. The second all the way through the fifth. Gotta slow down. And all the way up to number 16. And then these are the awards. There's a whole bunch of this stuff that isn't done yet. We don't have the awards done. We don't have guilds done. We don't have XP done. We don't have titles done yet. So that's all coming. We don't have the chat done. And then you're going to notice in the game that you can only see the score. But that score is going to stand up. And you're going to get score plus team plus bonus points equals XP. That's the mathematical formula for that. So that's going to stand up and give you a bunch of points every time you play. So that's the design. And this is the design for the market exchange. Design for your storage system. How everything works. All these slots will open up as you level up your devices. You're going to be able to collect the items here. You'll be able to exchange your gear here. But once it's in here, it doesn't take up space in your inventory. And then when you mouse over a piece of gear, you're going to get a bigger description. And there's your slots as they open up. And so we got Zach's gear. So this is what you're going to buy. The game is better than free-to-play. And people that purchase gear will get these package deals. And then you actually earn money when you sell the individual items to other gamers. It's a very cool concept. Totally unique for our game. And Zoran's working on Suial. He almost has her done. A couple issues happening with her, but you're going to have a little look at her coming up. And he's also working on Talamid. Now, just a little thing here. This is a very expensive professional concept artist, and this is a junior artist. So they do look a little different, but they're going to end up looking very close because they're all going through Zoran. So this is what Zoran did for Suial's pants. And you can see how well that is performing in Unreal. And this is Unreal's Paragon, not performing well at all. So it's kind of interesting to see how far he's got it. So I left this in because this is looking at what the clothes are going to look like with the new texture system on them. And there is our first look at Suial. So she's nowhere near finished. Of course, she doesn't have her colors or anything like that. He had some complications, but that's what he got for me today. So I did that up. The wings are just a quick throw on, but yeah, so there is Suial. You can see what the concept looks right there. And Henrique did this up. So this is our first 4 characters. That's our goal, to get 4 characters with exchangeable gear and our app and our game, and have those all playable and items exchangeable, and away we go. So I simplified all this too, so this is going to be much fewer images than before. But so this is our Intrepid base. I'm staying focused on Intrepid because that's going to be our first thing that we're going to do. We're going to do a vertical slice. And so what that is probably from about here through the central fountain to the underground. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Sorry. Underground walkway. Oh, the fountain's up here. Sorry. The underground walkway. This right here. Right here. This is going to be our vertical slice. So what that means is that's an area that we're going to actually totally finish, polish, and pitch the game from. But it's all done. So we're going to do the castle over here, the fortress over here, volcanoes around it, and then we'll have a playable multiplayer level. Once we update to 4.22 in Unreal, we will have this playable with all 3 of our texture systems and high performance. So that's the goal. You can see in what I'm going to play today, the performance is a little bit slow because we don't have those systems in there yet. And they won't be in there on Bear Isle until we rebuild it. So here's the Brood Fortress for Intrepid. And so this is, Norn did this up, and it's so cool. He talked to me on Skype, and he's going to come back and help us kind of work some of this stuff out. So it's great. Welcome back, Norn. And that's the thing too. We, have artists come, and then they leave, and then we welcome them back, And it's like a big happy family, so I love that. And then here is the concept image for it. So just imagine that this is in front of this. And so instead of being a regular waterfall, the waterfall is going to be here. And this is what we call a throne pit. So in front of the castle, we have a pit, making it just a little bit more exciting to get in there. So that's what we do. All right, so here's the marmoset concept image, and boom, very first look at the marmoset. So you can see a few things. You can see that he's got hair standing up, and his tail is all kind of fuzzy and stuff. We don't have that done yet, but there's the basic model. Hey, Henrique. So that is coming along. And so, a couple more weeks on that, and then we're going to rig them up. And we're actually going to have these guys in this the test scene. So they're going to be running in opposite directions. I've been talking to Ryan about the animation for that, so it's going to look pretty cool. All right, so this is what Adrienne did. She did some concepts up for us, and just waiting for the color versions of this. Everybody's busy, and it's summer. And so anyways, they got the kin side over here with the lush trees. You got the brood side over here with all the trees been cut down. It's all part of the story. And this is probably one of my favorite concept images. So that is the central fountain. The fountain is inside there, so it's very different than all the other ones. And I think what we're going to have Zach do is come in here, meet Suial, banish her to the pit. He'll come running out this side, and we're going to have a Komodo come running at him and lunge at him and cut the scene somewhere in there. So I think it'll happen in here because it's a lot more restrictive for him. Anyways, we'll figure it out. So we get some ideas for camera angles and stuff. So the brood have blocked off the water. They're all about not letting the vegetation come back, and what that looks like there. And then we've got some screenshots inside of Unreal on what we're doing. So this is going to be updated. There's a new version of this fountain. In fact, Borjan has some new parts for it. So that all has to go in here yet. And this all needs a lot of work. It's all terraced. We're just figuring out the heights and everything like that. It's all going to be smooth. Lots of work to do. That's where the Brood Fortress is going to be. A shot from above. I don't know why it's smaller, but it is. You can see the fountain there. The kin's going to be over here. So this is just the tip of Azure Island, just the bottom side of it. And there's the rest of Azure. You can see the river here. And so this is going to be a high point. The river's going to run down. You can see over at Abyss Isle. So that's very cool to be able to see the other island there. There's the fountain there. So we're looking at Intrepid, the area that we're building right now. Another shot of that. All right. And so this is what Courtney's working on. So she's talking about texturing this, but we need to get into our new texture systems. So Henrique's going to talk to her about what she needs to do for UV maps, because I ain't the expert on that. Anyways, so you can see Marcel put all that stuff there. So we still got a little bit of cleanup and stuff to do. The water can't be inside that, so this has got to be above, and we got to restrict the water. But anyways, early ideas. Anyways, go to our Discord. You can earn mana by being active, and that's that. Make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for a video game test. All right. So let's find Unreal here. And like I said, that's for David. That's where the fire is. All right, so let's just jump in, do a little play. So we've been working on a bunch of code. We got a bunch of little things fixed, a few more things to go. We're starting to put in that scoreboard, but it's not there yet. So it's still pretty ugly looking, but at least I got the mock-up done. So we have a plan. It's funny because the programmer said, he's like, that's 100% more complicated than what we've got. I said, yeah, you don't have to do it all, but we got to plan it all. So, all right. So today, let's start with the brood. So do the boys. set up our FOV. All right. So you can see there it says, so we got the pickups in, we got them sized properly. But you see it said shield, but it showed an energy. So we got some little things to fix up here. All right, let's jump over to Zach. This is exactly the way the game is.
Prince of Thunder.
First come, first served. And a big shout out to all the people that are interviewing with us. We are doing another round of hiring for some roles like writer and things like that.
The king. Prince of Thunder.
Oh yeah, and I gotta turn on my camera. Let's do that. Wave the big hello, then I know. Okay, jump back over to Brood. Okay, so he's captured his own throne here as part of our gameplay. First come, first served. The game is running really rough today, which is funny because we haven't done anything. I guess I opened a bunch of things and did some photo work and stuff. I should have rebooted, I guess. Anyways, all that is fixed, but not in this version. And where's the ducks? Oh, they're over here. So we got the mother duck and the baby ducks following. All right, let's create a stronghold. I'd like to do this with Brood because so that has, if I just click over to my device here, one that I can read, there we go. Yeah, that white is a little hard to read, but I might have to fix that. So you can see that I've leveled up my device because I've made it to the fountain. So now it's 12:21. It's automatically slowly filling up, which is a cool feature in our game. All your energy will manifest. And I have turned that into a lava fountain. And if I roll my mouse wheel back and forth, you can see that in the bottom center is a lava fountain. All right. So what I'm going to do first, I'm not sure why it's running like this, but so we got the pep. I only extended it this far because it all disappeared. And so I'm being very cautious. But so now we got them growing. And then it rolls off and down the path. Yeah, so all the shields are showing energy, so just a little fix we gotta get done there. Alright. So you want to come capture this throne, but you got the enemy on it. He is in the top position there. So today, let's start with showing what the stingers will do. All right. As soon as Zach blows off the screen, I can capture. Let's go see where he went. So he went flying. And our game's got this kind of underlying humor element to it. It's a serious game, but they're like a good Marvel movie. It's got that humorous element, and that's part of it. You get stung, you go flying. So Balaam is now the king of dominations. He is dominating me. Or Zach, I should say. Let's push G. So we got this new thing happening. So it was moving the camera before, but now I like this because I can actually run with the characters. Actually, I'll show that. Okay, so let's just change over to Balaam. I gotta be cautious I don't hit escape or it'll all in. So I'm gonna use this new technique I've been doing. So I'm gonna change over. And he's gonna spawn here. He's gonna run over top of his home tree. Try to land right on his throne. Oh yeah. So he's got an empire now, and he's got a crowned throne. Push T. Push D. I can't remember if we fixed this or not. I think we did. Oh yeah, we did. Okay. So I should be able to push T. Oh yeah! It's totally fixed. All right. Way to go, Kang. Thank you. Awesome. So that's my flight. And you just push enter and you control all your power-ups. So you just can select whichever one you want, push enter, and away it goes. So I'm just going to push A for Storm's Throne. T, S, and I got a Fire Throne. So I can just place a bunch of thrones here. We're going to let Brew dominate today. Dominate, I should say. My power was out today. I didn't even know if this was actually going to be a reality today, but it came back on, so they picked a good time to turn it off. If they even turned it, I don't know. There was a major rainstorm, so maybe that's what did it. All right. So you can see that every time I'm placing a throne, I'm getting 5 points. And the game is not only a race, but it's also who has the most points for role-playing by rank. All right, there we are, close enough. Let's switch over to Zach here again. So I'm just playing two characters. And so Zach was capturing that throne, but you can see it's out because Balaam went and captured the other throne and used the return, which is a faster way to do it instead of traveling across the map. That's funny. Somebody said to me, they said, I get motion sickness. And so watching your videos, so that there are people with motion sickness. So for those people, probably the arena first-person shooter game is not going to be the best. But outside the arenas, you're going to be able to explore much more like a Skyrim type game. So I can see where he is. He's there. So I can kind of head in that direction, which is probably what people will do. All right, let's switch sides. My spacebar needs to... I need a new keyboard. So Ultimate Throne Wars. Oh yeah. So I can't place forward.
Ultimate Throne Wars.
But I can place sideways. I'm not sure if that's right or been fixed or whatever. So I'm just going to push enter. I'm going to fly. I'm going to go attack Zach directly. Alright.
The king.
Okay, so when you have Ultimate Throne Wars declared... Oh, that's not right.
The king.
Okay. For some reason, that's really not right. I'm not sure about that. So I'm just going to go push my claw and say... Actually, I got to right-click. This captures pretty fast, too. So I think I've lost my fountain, have I? Yep. So strongholds can be lost and have to be regained, which means that this is open. The enemy can level up, but now they can't. All right. So now the brood has taken over all of the kin's thrones. You can see they're all red. Push enter. And since this is the first throne that kin placed, we can now use it as the last throne that brood has placed. All right, so now I had to place 2 thrones to get into range, but now I'm in range of the power up here. And so now I'm going to attack it. It's the H2O, it's a water device. So I got a left click. I can also fire my lightning. Oh, I still didn't fix that sound. And you see that those attacks are also damaging it. All right. So you can use thrown attacks. This is the ice attack. Needs to have its own sound. There is our unfinished, incomplete scoreboard. So definitely want to get the players' names in here, but we don't have that done yet. So, but that's where the first place goes across the top. And then the amazing miracle of just no load. We can just play again. So let's do the girls. I think we had a crash on the girls last time, didn't we? All right. So the girls are just placeholders right now. We don't have our actual characters in here yet. Soren's having some complications. He's doing a fantastic job, though. So we'll happily wait for him to work those things out. Oh, I thought that was a crash. Am I picking it up? Oh, we're crashing. All right. Kind of had a feeling it was going to crash because it's running really rough today. But this is the nature of doing this sort of development. All right, so I'm going to have to just start Slack. Okay. And okay, I guess we can restart over here. And I'm going to just send this crash over to the programmer. Live stream crash. I'm sure he doesn't like to hear that, but it happens. It is reality. Okay, so I can talk to him about what happened there before. Or later, I guess. Wait for Unreal to load. All this music is all mastered and ready to go. 46 songs mastered, ready to go for the soundtrack of the game. The plan is to have these stream live so that everybody hears the same song at the same time. Because it makes sense, right? Because if you're saying, hey, I really like this song, and you're all listening to a different song, that doesn't make any sense. The other benefit would allow me to do these kind of voiceover things so we could announce new things for the players. And then the other thing is we could have guest DJs introduce new songs introduce other people's music, and away we go. So kind of cool. So, that was the girls. I think there's a problem, because that's the second time that's happened. So let's just play the guys again. So I'm just gonna deal with a couple things here. Oh yeah, because it crashes, it just goes back to whatever the default was before. So that might not be so much of an issue because it's just a placeholder models it might be crashing on. Alright, so let's bring Zach in this time. So we're going to show banishing this time. And the unfortunate thing is now I got to readjust everything here. These Saturdays come by really fast. I don't know what's going on. It seems like it's always Saturday. I mean, no, not really, but just they seem to come by very fast. And once we have multiplayer up, I'm going to be streaming a lot every time I play, probably trying to catch things. So away we go. So I guess we're not really too concerned about the capturing. So I mean, you don't have to do any of that. I know I play some objective-based games, and people just shoot each other. They don't care about the objectives. So I can see that's probably going to be happening here as well. All right. Oh yeah, so here's the thing. I told the programmer to leave this. I'll just show you right here. So I can push G now. See my character. Why is my thing up? So I think that's a bit of a bug. Looks like my thing that's supposed to hang straight down. What's that called again? Anyways, now we can control the guy in third person, which is kind of cool. Ah! But we're not supposed to be looking inside his head like that, so just ignore that stuff. It's low priority to be fixed, but it will get done. Alright, so let's just push G a bunch of times. So what's going to happen when you push G is your character's going to gesture, the camera's going to move. They're not going to spin like that. That's just, there's a reason for that. I'll show you in a second. Why that's happening and why I proved that and we've left that. All right. Okay, so we're going to just go and pick up all the power ups. So it's pretty good. We've got most of the issues fixed with crashes. Still have some things going on. Okay, so let's just roll our mouse wheel like crazy. I just want to see what my shields are. So I've got 0 shield, rare shield, core shield, and I've got 44 of each. So that's actually a cool thing. So Zach's going to go. Let's go show a little bit of a secret. That messes me up. It says chamfer shield, which is your rare, but it shows a energy, so it's like, oh, what's going on? So you come here to the magic mushroom. Sorry, glowing mushroom. It's not a magic. And then you can just... What? Okay. So I got core shield. I've got a rare device here. A little bit of a secret here. So I'm going right through that rock and it's not disappearing. Ah, that's very interesting. Stingers are cool. Yeah, see, it works with stingers. Alright, so another little note. That's what I do. I watch these videos back and I tell the programmer all the things. I can't get up there. Use my recoil device. It's kind of the cool thing about this game. Is the way that devices will move you around. So that allows us to do a lot of very cool level design. Like a lot of games, the characters can't even walk up something like this. But in our game, you can very simply. So that's kind of cool. All right, so Mr. Balaam is going to be banished here. I'm going to start with a rare device, and that should take all shields equally. that would be attacking his rare shield directly, but he has none. So let's do a banished. Now there's something completely new with banishing now. So, oh, there's an interesting thing. That's supposed to be going up and down, and it is somehow going sideways. I've never seen that before. I think that's because it's bouncing off of something else. Anyways, so I'm just going to leave all that for him to come pick it up. So let me show you the new thing here. So we're going to switch over to Balaam right now. So here it is. You've been banished. You can look around, but you cannot move. There's going to be a banish animation, so it's going to go... I don't know. I haven't ever tried this. Let's try it. Third person. No, it doesn't work. So you'll go to third person. You're going to be able to see yourself banished. There's going to be a banish animation. So what this allows you to do... last week, I think it was last week, I was just banishing him over and over again. It was just so simple because I could see him coming. But this gives me the control, so now I can push my mouse. I can choose when I spawn into the pit. So let's show you the benefit of that. So Zach's going to go control the pit here. Now, oh yeah, here's the other thing I got to do too. Let's look at my score, 580. So banishing him again when he's in the pit with no shield should be 1 point. That's how we balance this, so people don't banish people over and over and over again. So there should be a pep working over here. Yep. And I'll make these longer. It just, all that stuff disappeared, so I was cautious this week. I'm still trying to figure out how it all disappeared. I don't know. Somebody uploaded something, I think. Alright, so you can see Balaam is here. And last week when I shot him once, he instantly was banished. Now there's going to be a banish animation. We don't have that done yet. And he fell right away, but not this week. So this week... Oh yeah, I haven't even tested this. So it says he's been banished. Now, if the guy's hanging out there guarding him, so he can't move by me, but he can wait for a more ideal time, and then respawn. He's got air control, so let's just use some air control, so I can go way over to the side here. And we've got a whole bunch of things that'll be in here. And Balaam can kind of hide and sneak around. And I can see that we need to work on scale a little bit because this is really big. Everything is really big. So, oh yeah, here's some things. Let's just think about this too. So here's the thing, is if Zach's going to shoot me and I've got absolutely no shield, because if I roll my mouse wheel, oh, why do I have 44% shield? Oh, there's another bug. I should have 0%. All my shields should be 0%. Okay, so there's another bug I need to address. So I should be able to push my claw and be protected. I can't do both of these, though. Should be able to wind my claw up, and any shots that come in and hit my claw are not going to banish me. So that's some advanced stuff that has to be done. So let's just do something different today. Yeah, I haven't gone up here for a very long time. But now we've got some things working. So here is a rare shield. And here's a device. So now I got a rapid impact. To do a little bit of defense. And I can pick up the return, push it. Spawn back at my spawn. And my shields are maxed at 44%. Until I go to my home shrine, which is right conveniently here. Oh, see? little bug there. So there we go. And then your inventory opens. It's going to put a little delay on that. We don't have that working yet. All right. All right, so he's back. Does he have his big jump yet? Yeah, because he picked up freedom. And there we go. So we're going to just try one more thing here. Not hit the wall. Henry, can you make those next doors bigger? All right. So I just want to go pick up my power-ups that I left. So when you're banished, there's booty left behind. There it all is. That's right. So let's just check out the stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna just. So usually, what you would do going into battle is you would push freedom first. You go invisible. So let's have a look. See, my guy is hard to see. I'll probably do a little bit more work on that. Notch up's going to be filling everything up. Oh, okay. So it needs a longer cooldown time. Let's see what happens when Notch up runs out. Should be warning me. Okay, so the warnings have to be longer. Freedom disappeared. So that bug is still there. So that did it. It needs to be repeated. Oh, and see, freedom has all the big numbers again. So just still a little bug there. All right, so this is the place where we were crashing. And we are not crashing now. So that's been fixed. There was an issue with picking up your dropped return and then using it. All right. All right, so let's... So what's going to happen? So that's the arena where the first-person shooter game takes place. First person on your left arm, RPG on your... sorry. First-person shooter on your right arm, RPG on your left arm. And all this area out here is going to be for training. We're going to make this a little smaller. You're going to get waypoints and quests and all that kind of stuff. I know what else I'm going to show. So you're going to learn about your elemental throne powers. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to push M. It's going to give me a map view. And I'm going to say, okay, so guys, this is some kind of advanced gameplay here. I'm going to cruise over here to this shrine right here. There's an enemy shrine. I'm going to click on it, create a waypoint. I'm going to hold the click, and then I can say shrine, level 3. Gather here. I can say whatever I want. And place ID number 1. Insert. Okay, so now let's push M again, go back to our character. So he's out here fooling around, all of a sudden he goes, hey, there is a waypoint over there. And what we are doing is we are telling the characters to gather there and to build... Oh, I spelled shrine wrong. Sorry about that. I've got microphones in front of my face. That's my excuse. So I'm just going to use a recoil device to move here quite fast. And I am not flying. I am just being moved by the recoil. I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching anything. That was all happening. All right, so there's a waypoint here telling me to make a shrine level 3 here and to gather here. So the team could gather here. We could take this shrine, turn it into a brood shrine, turn it into a level 2 and a level 3. And then we could push our T and begin placing thrones from here. This is advanced gameplay. And be much closer than coming all the way across from our own side. So that is where all that is going. That's why we have shrines. There's a couple reasons to have shrines. One of the reasons is to fill up all your energy and your shields. Our game has retreat. And another thing that happens in our game, so that's a shrine, so we're filling everything up. But one of the things that happens in our game is that you're able to have all of your shield removed and still be in the game playing. Oh, it's still. Oh, I see. I was like, why is there a number 1 other? Okay, I get it. It's showing me that waypoint. I'm doing it way over here. Okay, cool. Anyways, most games have it so that you fight and then you hit 0 and then you're dead, and it's kind of a shock. And I'll tell you, they miss a huge, exciting moment in the game when you have, in our game anyways, when you have 0 shield, you can still retreat, head for a shrine, and enemy's going to be chasing you down. If they get 1 shot on you, you're banished. And I have played that game because our first prototype started with multiplayer, and so that's what we did. So anyways, so that's that. Let's end it there today. 1 crash, that's better than 2. Make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for a video game test of Thunder, and we're getting closer to that multiplayer test. Just a little bit of news. The financing has moved out of the bank's control. We had a U.S. bank that's been making us suffer because I think they've been holding on to it for the interest. But anyways, it's been transferred into the control of the paymaster. The first payment has gone out to the overseas lead investors. They have nothing to do with us. And then our guy in Canada, he's the first guy to get paid out. And so we're thinking next week. I don't know. No dates yet. But anyways, it's getting very exciting. And away we go. Oh, looks like I pushed my spacebar and lost my camera. Sorry about that. That's what happens when your spacebar is automatic. Anyways, it's VindaCator saying thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, share, comment, and ring the bell. All that good stuff. And we will see you next week. Same place, same time. And rock on. So we'll have a few more things fixed and smooth. And I can't wait till this is multiplayer and everybody's in here. And it's going to be awesome. The song's got it right. So that's just a random thing. People always, in our first game, people always said, how do you get the music to line up with the game events? And I'm like, we don't. The music has, the composer plays the game and he composes music and it's got a bunch of changes in it. And sometimes they match up. And then that happened again with this game. People are like, how do you get the music to line up? We don't. So it's just how it's just because, I guess it's because I compose the music and I've designed the game. So I don't know. That's a little too deep for me to answer right now. Anyways, have a great day. It's VindaCator and I am out.